Battlefield 4, use netcode, Hardline dodge, and use copy. Well, that is how I imagine it to be if the Battlefield community had a Pokemon battle. I know a lot of people often debate this topic of which Battlefield is the best in my comment section, and since the Hardline beta just ended, well, I thought we should kind of get a discussion going on the negatives and positives that we saw in both games. And what better map to do that than Metro, because I love and hate this map. It is the definition of why, DICE. Like, why? Why you do this to us? Not that many people can fit in a subway. But oftentimes, Battlefield Hardline gets called COD Simulator 2015. But you have to remember that Battlefield 4 can get a bit clusterfuckery too. So, I had some time to really think about my opinions on Hardline. Playing the beta had really removed some of the skepticism that I had surrounding the game, but there are some things that I feel will be missed, but also things I felt changed for the better. One of the biggest things is simplicity. Like, why do we have all this garbage in our Battlefield games now? I recently took a look at some of my older favorite Battlefield games, and what I really noticed is that they were so simple. That's why we like them. I believe getting rid of the UCAV, motors, and Suave in Hardline was a good idea, and making things like Stingers something you actually had to go get in battle pickups was an even better idea. Even though visual, you do need to add some type of non-mobile AA for the bases, but personally I felt like Hardline really shook up the Battlefield series, and I have to give my respect for that. But personally, I feel like neither Battlefield Hardline and Battlefield 4 are the best Battlefields ever, or that they really are better than each other. I feel like both hold their own retrospect in the category that they're really focused on. Battlefield Hardline is really focused around infantry combat, and I really enjoy the infantry combat in Battlefield Hardline, while Battlefield 4, I would say, is more of a mixed game, and it's very complex, and it also has a very big customizable features. Like, sometimes I don't even know what to do with all the customization. DICE was like, you like customization, so here's customization in your customization. Honestly, I really love both games. Now, I feel like even if you're a veteran, you should at least try out Hardline. If you did try out Hardline and you didn't like it, Battlefront is right around the corner. So I'm very excited for that. Speaking of veterans, we did get to know what the veteran bonus was in Hardline. So it's going to be this patch, along with some XP boosts, and I will have to say, this is probably the most terrible veteran appreciation thing, like, ever. I mean, like, I thought Battlefield 4 Plasma Blaster Stoke for the M1911 was really, really bad, but this is just terrible. I don't feel like anyone who supported the series really feels appreciated. Now, I know that DICE a while back was working on a veteran appreciation program where if you were pretty much a series veteran, the more games you owned, the more things that would pretty much be awarded to you in the newer Battlefield titles. And I thought that was a great idea. It didn't have to really be weapons or sights. It could be something really cool like weapon skins or sunglasses. I mean, like, the sun in Battlefield Hardline is definitely OP. It definitely does remind me of the sun in Battlefield 3. Anyway, I feel like if you want to appreciate veterans, it's to show that they're veterans on the battlefield by giving them some type of cosmetic, not really a gun. I feel like giving a gun is a bit too much, and it may be even considered OP, if even decent. But I feel like giving some type of cosmetic to really just make them stand out would have been a great idea instead. Speaking of fancy cosmetics on fancy people, this is a message straight to you, Vistro. What about selling these cosmetics, or at least allowing people to sell these cosmetic items as a marketplace? Just like in CSGO, if you guys notice, CSGO's cosmetics really pays for a lot of things, and I noticed that you guys are really trying to push esports with your rescue mode. And in CSGO, the skins and the keys and all the cosmetical things pay for the esports community. They pay for all the events, and they also put money into their pockets. I think it's something you guys should definitely consider, being that what really sparked this was the create your own map thing. What about the create your own skin? So I just thought I should bring that up. Maybe you guys might watch this please, because I noticed that separating the community with DLC, because most likely Battlefield Hardline, even though it hasn't really been announced, is going to have some type of premium service. Lately, EA has really been pushing premium down Battlefield's throat, and I feel like maybe you can just give a little bit of a thought, because premium really does split the player base, and most of the times it's not really worth it. I mean, like that parachute camo we got a little back, that was a bit ridiculous, and I don't feel like it was worth the $50, $60 you pay for a premium membership. Sometimes you just wonder, why do you pay for these services, and it's really just the maps, just to get like a $10 discount on the maps, even though you don't really know when you buy it, if you buy it at the start of the year, if the maps are going to be any good. But my final thought is that Battlefield Hardline, to me, is a great game. I really like it, but I feel like it can really learn from Battlefield 4's mistakes. And right now, they're about to make a huge one. Apparently, or most really just concurred, is that Battlefield Hardline is going to have Day 1 DLC in the deluxe edition of the game, where you can get 3 weapons from battle packs: the L85, the Car 556 as I remember, and the ACWR. These weapons have basically been stripped out the game, and they're basically being sold in the deluxe edition, pretty much undercover Day 1 DLC. Now, there's really been kind of some PR issues. A lot of the devs and CMs really don't have information to give us right now. It is an EA decision, and they aren't really in charge of how the game is sold. It is just made by them. But I feel that if these weapons are even remotely decent, the community is just going to complain. So I feel like these weapons shouldn't be exclusive only to the deluxe edition of the game. Now, no one really knows at this point if you're going to be able to unlock them in-game Day 1, or will they be exclusive later down the road, or they're just really just available in the deluxe edition. The PR is terrible right now. But anyway, I hope you guys can get some type of discussion going on Battlefield 4 versus Hardline. What did you like about Hardline? What did you dislike about it? What did you like about Battlefield 4? What did you dislike it? Because it will only improve the next Battlefield generation to come. So let's get a discussion going. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you can, leave a rating. It really helps the channel out. And subscribe if you want to keep up to date with Battlefield 4 and Hardline. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to get out of here. Stay creative, guys.
When everything is turned to black, you don't know where to go. You need something to justify yourself.